January's coming to an end and you already dropped the ball on your New Year's resolutions. But not to worry, because all you need is just a little discipline. Discipline is the ability to push forward, find motivation, and take action regardless of how you feel. It's the idea that we're able to make ourselves do the things that benefit us in the long run at the expense of how we feel in the short term. The word discipline has a negative connotation to it, but in its right form, it's necessary for significant positive growth in our lives. Old Stoics believed that humans are industrious by nature. That is, we are meant to work and serve the community to propel things forward. Without discipline, how can we fulfill our natural duties? The Stoics looked at bees, ants, and others to notice how they constantly worked hard to continue the success of the community. They work as a unit to survive and reproduce. Additionally, the Stoics believe that nature has given us all natural gifts and abilities that we're meant to use to serve the whole. Discipline is important because it helps us create a better future for ourselves and those around us. With higher levels of discipline, we can build a fulfilling and exciting life that we're enriched by. We get feelings of deep accomplishment. Discipline is great for our health and anxiety levels, and through this, we can foster healthier relationships. It simply builds resilience that allows us to handle life stressors in much more effective ways. I talked about this in my last video, but I'm bringing it up again because it's that important. One way to build discipline is to utilize smarter goals. Simply put, smarter goals are an amazing way to set goals that can actually stick, that you can hold yourself accountable to, and that you can see measurable progress over time if you stick with them. Give yourself the small wins and constantly break your goals up into smaller chunks. It's okay to fail and it's okay to rest along the way. Just be sure that you're learning and growing as well. Another way to build discipline and keep it is to attach emotions to your goals. Motivation won't always be there, and there will be times when you just want to stop. If you attach a deep emotion to a goal, it will make it much easier to stay on track. One example might be, instead of saying you just want to lose weight, maybe you reframe the goal as you want to get healthy and in shape so that you can be a good role model to your children and you can also play with them when they want you to. Another example could be, instead of wanting to get a big promotion at work, you could frame it as you want to get a big promotion so that you can support the life that you and your partner want to live without any stressors. Be very careful here not to focus so heavily on the reward that comes after the big task or goal. The more we receive dopamine at the end of reaching our goals, and the more we solely focus on the enjoyment that we get from said dopamine, the more our brains detach enjoyment from the hard work itself, and the more our brains just crave the end result. Get into the weeds of everything and focus on the process. Bask in the hard work and look at it as a challenge and a learning experience. It sucks in the beginning and it's super difficult. The more you do it like this, the more your brain will start to reward you while you engage in the hard work instead of just focusing on the massive dopamine release at the end. I highly recommend checking out a video I linked in the description that describes this neuroscientific concept wonderfully. Let me know in the comments below if you struggle with discipline. For anyone that's new here, my name's Jeff and my goal is to make psychology make sense. If you've been enjoying the content so far, any support for the channel would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for hanging out. Another way to build discipline and keep it is to have others keep you accountable. Try your best to get accountability buddies if you can. These are people like role models, coaches, mentors, etc. In my last video, I talked so much about building healthier habits. The reality is that we're likely to mess up sometimes, That's completely okay because we're human. And if you can't rely on your own motivation and grit to get you through your goals, try to rely on other people. If you're around people every day who study together, you're much more likely to study and learn with them. If you're around a bunch of people who fix cars all day, you're so much more likely to learn a few things about cars and be able to fix yours up as well. If you're constantly around people who eat healthier foods and make smarter choices about their health, you are much more likely to be a healthier person. You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. Get mentors, coaches, role models, and like-minded individuals in place to keep you accountable, and watch what happens next. Discipline is a hard thing to build, and they call it hard work for a reason. Try your best to listen to the tips in this video and my last one. Learn as quickly as you can when you mess up, and pay very close attention to your progress along the way. Set smarter goals. Make it emotional. Be careful how you utilize rewards. Find accountability buddies. Know that this takes tons of practice and high levels of consistency, but anyone can achieve this in time. If you're interested in other topics in psychology, be sure to check out my last video on building healthier habits. So for all things psychology to help you think, feel, and perform better, stay tuned right here on Psychology of Living.